What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy Jones and I'm back with another video. Today I'm talking my weekly sneaker rotation, so stay tuned.
Got a lot of things changing in my life. Hoping one day I'ma get it all right. Brother is engaged, about to start a new life. Yeah, I haven't had a chill day. Really wanna vibe, appreciate the moments. I've been creating, not scrolling. Mom and dad still.
Alright, man, I'm back with another video now. Before I get too deep into this video, y'all already know what to do. Go and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I make content about sneakers. Alright, so let's dive into today's video. Just like I said in the intro, man, we're back another weekly sneaker rotation. Now, this should be week 190 to the best of my knowledge. And if I'm wrong, feel free to correct the kid down in the comment section. Now, y'all already know I started this series off at the beginning of 2023. And here we are, we're already on week 190. Now, if you want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week, sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is pinned in the comment section and it is free to sign up. Where, of course, you know, we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it. If I do not get the content on time, most likely we're already chopping it up in the sold out Discord. So enough rambling, let's just go and get to this weekly sneaker rotation. Now, y'all know I end things off on a Friday, then pick right back up on Saturday, right? Okay, so pretty much this Saturday, man, just literally got these in hand probably the day before. And I wanted to kind of break them in, even though it's going to be my new gym shoe. So pretty much on Saturday, I had some errands to run, and the kid stepped in none other than pretty much the Jellyfish. Now, this is supposed to be the triple white colorway, and I will say this shoe is very big and bulky, but I will say walking around in them on Saturday, very super comfortable. I can see what the hype is about these. And then I actually did work out on these pretty much Monday, and I want to say like Wednesday. So pretty much these are actually pretty good. I know that these probably will get dirty very, very quickly. Now, these are supposed to glow in the dark. Haven't seen that hit just yet, but at the same time, I really haven't been in and out of the light and then go back to dark. But these will be my gym sneakers, man. It's a little bit of a bulky shoe, but I can see why they call them the Jellyfishes. I mean, like, to the point right here, it's like it has like suction cups, pulls, like whenever I'm walking on the ground. But anyway, broke this in on Saturday. So yeah, this was my Saturday shoe, was the triple white Jellyfish. Cool, now I'm gonna move on to Sunday. Y'all know that's pretty much my recovery day, my relaxed day, pretty much family day. And so pretty much you guys should probably know this is already in rotation, and there's none other than the Yeezy Slides. And this is the pure colorway, my beaters. These guys are pretty much done, but same time, they're still holding up and they molded to my feet. So they're probably gonna just be like my around the house wear, run a quick errand real quick, you know what I'm saying? Which I actually did, right? Ran and grabbed something to eat real quick, came right back, right? Take out the trash, came right back. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta walk the dog, which I don't have a dog, I'm just saying this is a good shoe you wanna have just around the house to kind of like lounge in. And let me clarify this. No, I don't have them on 24/7, but they're by the door. That's that by the door shoe. I'm pretty sure a lot of us have those. Like, you got certain sneakers you just keep by the door for that like grab and go moment, right? Okay, so pretty much this was my Sunday shoe, was the Yeezy Slide Pure. Cool, now we're gonna move on to Monday. Right back to work, full-time job. Feel like I just want to switch it up from J's for just a little bit, because y'all know I can go crazy on the J's. But you know what? I felt like I already was in comfy vibes with pretty much the Jellyfishes and the Yeezy Slide. So I said, why not? Let's just keep the party going. We have none other than the Off-White Prestos, and this is the black colorway right here. Pair a little old, Nike swoosh is a little dull, but you know what? These are still a fresh, comfortable shoe. Just something that I feel like I underrated. I don't know about running in them or working out in them, which probably is not a bad idea, but at the same time, if someone knows, you know, go to work, you be on your feet. I actually stand pretty much majority of the day, then walk around, keep going, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm throughout the whole entire building. I'm in these guys, so I feel like a dominant black shoe, you really can't go wrong with it. I want to say also RIP to Virgil. I want to make sure I pay my respects. And this was pretty much my Monday shoe, was the Off-White Prestos, the black colorway. Cool, now we're gonna move on to Tuesday. Got a lot of compliments on this shoe right here. Another shoe where pretty much is one of those, if you know, you know. A lot of the OGs that work in my building automatically recognize this shoe when I wear it. Talking none other than the Diamond Turns. Now we know them as what? The 49ers, right? Okay, so pretty much got a little string attached to this joint. But yeah, this was my Tuesday shoe. super comfortable if you wear the strap. A lot of people say, why you got the strap open? I'm like, to be honest, to give my toe some room, my feet some room to breathe, dog. This is that Deion Sanders sneaker, right? Pretty much whenever he goes between, you know, playing football and obviously playing baseball. So that's the one thing about Deion Sanders. He was like, you know, a multi type of player, right? Nothing wrong with that one. Now, some people say these are the Atlanta. Some people say these were the 49ers. I think the technical way is supposed to be when he played in Atlanta. However, if you look them up by the 49ers, these will probably come up, right? I'm not here to debate or argue. I'm just telling you what I wore on Tuesday was pretty much the Diamond Turfs, right? Okay. Yeah. And yeah, you decide, Atlanta or 49ers. But anyway, moving right along, Wednesday, feel like, you know, getting away from my Jordan bag, and I want to bring out another joint. One of my OGs that I keep in the collection recently picked up not too long ago, and these are the Charles Barkleys, right? Okay. One of the shoes where I say it's only comfortable once you get your foot in there. I will say this is the hardest shoe I've had to put on to date. Sometimes that joint just slide right in, pause. Sometimes, hey, you gotta work with the joint. I got it as loose as you can possibly get. Now I will say this, once you get it in there, I can see why he probably hooped the knees and had no problem. Hardest part, just getting them in there. But we'll say this is a true, I could say, basketball shoe. If I was like gonna play ball consistently, I wouldn't mind having a pair of these to hoop in. Obviously I got a pair, but you know, I wear these at work here in time. You know what I'm saying? I like the purple colorway, but you know, Charles Barkley, he played for the Phoenix Suns, so I'm assuming that's where a little bit of that purple came from, if I'm not mistaken. Overall, dope shoe and a classic shoe. But yeah, this was my Wednesday shoe, was the Charles Barkleys. Cool. Now to move on to Thursday, I told you guys, taking a break from the Jays, you already know how it goes. So, right back to work. Thursday, stepped in none other than the Air Max Sean Witherspoon, right? Okay. I wouldn't be mad if they, rumors is they were going to re-release this joint, but you know, I wouldn't be mad if they did. My pair, I will say this, I think I bought them used, but you know what? Still hold up. One of those shoes where it looks great from a distance, but in person, you know, I don't feel like it aged as well as it could. It's got a lot of colors going on. Definitely a shoe that, in my opinion, you can only get off like between spring and summertime. During like winter, you know, it's kind of like done data. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Fall and winter, like no. So you know, I gotta make sure I get the wears out of these joints right here. Overall though, I will say dope shoe, and I will say Sean kind of just made the Air Max's kind of wave pop back up. It helped. Like, not that it officially died, but most people don't really think about Air Maxes a lot. So I want to say we got to give Sean Witherspoon credit where credit is due. And yeah, arguably one of my favorite shoes in my collection, you know, even though sometimes I feel like it don't look right on me. But anyway, this was my Thursday shoe, was the Air Max Sean Witherspoons. Cool. We'll move on to Friday. Wanted to finish strong. Again, no J's this week. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I do that from time to time, and I feel like I got enough shoes where obviously I could do a few weeks where I don't have to do any J's, but no flex. Anyway, Friday, wanted to finish strong. One of my favorite shoes in my collection. Waited for a minute for these to come back out. And these are the Air Max 95 and Neons, right? Y'all know I actually doubled up on these. I got a pair that I rock to the gym, and a pair that, you know, I just rock from time to time whenever I'm just, you know, going to work or out and about. And I wanted to finish strong on Friday. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That neon green, this is just one of those like classic joints, the Air Max 95 Neons. Overall, got the gray joints on these joints. I mean, to be honest, it's a shoe I feel like it's a must-have for a sneakerhead, and you really can't go wrong with it. Now, if you don't have it in your collection, no judgments on, because everybody got their own preference at the end of the day. But for me, this was a requirement. Y'all know this is like my go-to whenever it's a shoe that I really want. But anyway, this was my Friday shoe, was an Air Max 95 Neons. Cool. So pretty much that completes my weekly sneaker rotation for this week. Y'all sign off in the comment section and let me know what you wore throughout the week as well. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of this thing and stop rambling, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and thank you for watching, and I'm out.